Hey guys, um, just wanted to show you guys a little bit about the work that I do in terms of the PDFs. So welcome. Um, this is a typical report that I do that I offer people. Your name would be here. Obviously, I blacked it out. It was obviously for a specific person. So I'll list your date of birth. I'll go over your life path, your base number, then I'll show you your chart. These are all, again, from a Vedic perspective. Now, this report specifically, the person asked for a numerology and astrology report combined. Um, they didn't want a Zoom reading, so there was no actual, or a Zoom call. There was no actual Zoom call. I just provided them the PDF. Now I offer these ones for around $100, and this is what I included. She had, or he, I'm not sure. I think it was he. Yeah, he had a, you know, the main stages of his life provided based on his chart, based on his numerology. This is the first part, which would be the numerology. I went over things like his traits and gifts, how he can better understand himself based on the numbers in his chart, the energy surrounding him, um, the karma and the obstacles that may come with his chart. Right, this chart, the combinations that are represented between these numbers and because of these numbers, um, the information and the knowledge that comes with his base number, with his life path number. These ideas are all presented from a Vedic numerology perspective, um, that he can really use to his advantage to better understand himself, better understand what his purpose may be, and how he can align his strengths and gifts towards something that he would be better suited towards, right? Something that would bring him more fulfillment rather than kind of wandering aimlessly through life, not knowing much about ourselves or trying to rediscover ourselves through our surroundings. So I try to save people the trouble by providing some sort of input based on, like I said, their potential qualities. So I go over all of that, the traits and gifts, some lucky days and colors, and then I really opened up and dove deep in his astrology, which in my opinion are very in tune with each other. Astrology and numerology are kind of perspectives, similar perspectives. The astrology can go much deeper in terms of specifics, whereas the numerology is more of an overall energy, which are still very specific in my opinion. But they bring the numerology brings more of a how do I put this, a large scale perspective that you can really tap into in a sense. Um, just like in terms of energies and what they represent, whereas specific placements in this astrology can really show more specific life events or more specific qualities or things that we were brought up into, because astrology has 12 houses, it has 12 signs, has the seven typical planets, which provide more specifics, and the numbers as well represent the planets as well, and you know very specific energies. Um, so it's kind of a give or take. I found that numerology is much better for long-term predictions, whereas astrology is more for the short-term specifics. Right. So let's get into the other report, where is it? It's more numerology or only numerologically based. So in this report, the full reading that I offer for $100, same thing. We go over the chart, we go over the main stages of life, the traits and gifts, but then I also get more into predictions, right, for the next 3 years. You see, I have 2021, 2022, and 2023 offered here. Since their birthday is early on in 2021, I offered the rest of 2021 as a year, and then 2022 and 2023 that I went over with them. Um, and like I said, this is where numerology really comes into play, because a specific number comes in and affects the whole chart and creates different combinations and creates different potentialities that can result in your life because of this. And it's good to be aware that, hey, during this period of my time, maybe it's better to lay low. During this period of my time, oh, it's good to focus on these things. During this period of my time, I expect myself to act a certain way. And this way, we become more aware of who we are, more aware of things that are happening to us that are seemingly out of our control, yet we are kind of, subconsciously attracting. And then we become these magicians that use the energies to our advantage rather than our life being, completely scripted because we're fully in the ego or in just acting out the impulses, right? And then at the end, I provide a name numerology code, which really goes into um, the idea of the energy that your name presents, right? So what your name is aligning you to, what your name is creating for you in your life, and if it's a sort of a negative name, it can be very unbalanced, and there's a lot of work to balance that. And again, becoming aware of what you are presenting to the world through your actions, and the influence that your name is, putting on those actions that you create for yourself, that you act on, that you decide upon. Um, for example, uh, their name here is a one, and you can see it's very powerful, very success oriented, um, and you know, each person will have a different or a unique combination that can be decoded usually. Okay, so that's what I offer. Um, you just looking through some of my videos, you'll notice that I am highly oriented towards the idea that our life is scripted, that these things can be decoded, and I found astrology and numerology to be a very accurate description of that life script, of the energies that are kind of thrown at us from these celestial bodies, the influences that we'll go through to kind of create these different experiences in our life, right? And being better prepared for it lets you become more of the guiding factor of these experiences rather than simply a victim to them, right? So, book a reading. It doesn't have to be with a Zoom call. The PDF will be provided to you. Um, but if you would like a Zoom call, I will be face to face with you, explaining to you your whole chart. We go through it step by step, provide all the explanation, and obviously you have the written input here as well to go over on your own time afterwards. But if you don't want a Zoom call, this will be provided to you, all of it, and you can read this on your own and gather what you may from it. But that was my video, so hope you guys kind of understand what I do a little better these readings.